I have 2, maybe even 3 females up here, but definitely 2 females. Now listen, I did a reading where I brought in 2 females or 2 males the other day, and I just, had an older and a younger, and I just, mixed up the names. So you just keep me on track and we'll be good. So we have this Alta lady who tells me, she feels older. She feels like a mother figure, guardian angel. She tells me she passes medically of the upper chest. She kind of laughs a little bit, and she's I was like, is it like medical? Did it like go downhill? She goes, oh yeah, it definitely went downhill, she says, and she has a good sense of humor about it. So it seemed like something that was just really stopping her in her tracks. Like, this is like maybe like a medical decline that makes it difficult to breathe in some way. So let me know if this resonates with her. She's also giving jewelry. She's also giving jewelry vibes. And then you have a younger female, takes partial responsibility, passes tragically, simple, common, classic name as well. Woo! And then this Alta, if this is the older lady, she brings in an old male that served as well. An older male that served as well. But you have lots of energy. You have lots of energy around you. Let me know if this resonates. And so now we just wait at completely the edge of our seats until Kelsey kind of informs us on what all happened. Okay, another thing is this person's like pretty insistent that they didn't expect to pass when they did, or like let's say they were suffering from something medical. I feel like they're pretty content, or things were pretty good up until this last moment downhill slide part. So up until maybe right here, I feel like things were pretty good. Okay, so she was a great grandma. She was in her 90s, dang, okay? And we're not 100% sure on how she passed, but she's your great grandma and she was in her 90s. Okay, and the one that was in the service was my great grandpa, her husband. Okay, so, and we didn't even know how he and did she pass down jewelry? I know it's your great grandma, so things can get lost in the generational shuffle, but just out of pure curiosity, I would love to know if she passed down jewelry of any sustenance. And then so I love how you don't really know exactly how she ended up passing, but you do know that you have a great grandpa, her husband, that is also on the other side with her, and he served. So I love how she brought that through, and she brought in backup. I really like that for her, actually. So Kelsey says, I have a necklace she gave me for Christmas when I was younger, so she can't necessarily confirm exactly the way that she passed, but she does say that she is a great grandmother. She does have the male on the other side, and she did give her a necklace, which is jewelry, for Christmas one year when she was younger. I really love this. Honestly, when she's in her 90s, you're just asking for a medical decline. When you start going downhill and you're 93 and start going to the doctor for that, it's you've had a good life. We can only wish and hope to get into our 90s. So it feels good. And so she's at peace on the other side, easy to communicate with, brings this male through to also identify this is her. Also, now this is no pressure whatsoever, but I am going to give this spirit a second to chat with me. They do say they pass suddenly, unexpectedly. If you don't know who this is, that's just fine. This person has brown hair, passes before their time, female, okay? Takes partial responsibility for the way that they pass and says they pass really unexpectedly, suddenly, and maybe even in a tragic way. So if you don't know who that is, that's totally fine. But I definitely want to give her a chance to speak out. Even maybe later you know who this is as well. Kelsey, are you talking about Alta when you say that you saw her a few days before she ended up passing? Is definitely a female, Jennifer, that I have for Kelsey, and she may know who it is and she may not, but after they get like, oh my gosh, that's so right, oh my goodness, that's so right, and then like, hey, just to make sure that we can take responsibility and cross over, Spirit's going to use their opportunity. So even if she's not sure, I'm definitely going to give that person the floor. Hello, Harriet from Mankato, how are you? Nice to have you. Appreciate you being here.